Connatix Musica'yı sunar.
Bir opera sahnelemek zorlu bir iş. Başyapıt açılış gecesi için hazır olana kadar sürece yüzlerce kişi dahil olur.
I think what makes a great opera, obviously, is a great story.
And then you have to have a composer who knows how to use music in order to tell a story.
We created this production pretty much around the idea of a boxing ring.
I think that there's over like 400 costumes.
Çağdaş bir operanın müziğine ve hikayesine nasıl hayat verilir? New York'taki Metropolitan Operası'nın sahne arkasına gidiyoruz ve çığır açan şampiyon operasını sahnelemek için gerekenleri keşfediyoruz. Metin şampiyonu kutusundan çıkıyor. 1. round. Her sürükleyici operanın kalbinde harika bir hikaye yatar. Ve bu da 1950'lerde New York'a gelen tüm zamanların en büyük boksörlerinden birinin acı dolu gerçek hikayesi. Emile Griffith. ABD'nin Virgin Adalarından gelen boksör bir sır saklıyor. İkili bir hayat yaşıyor ve biseksüel. Dövüş arkadaşı Benny Parrott bunu öğrenir ve 1962'deki bir maçtan önce ona homofobik hakaretler fısıldar. Ringde spor tarihinin en büyük trajedilerinden biri yaşanır. Emile Griffith Parrott'ı komaya sokar ve Parrott 10 gün sonra hayatını kaybeder. Emile hayatı boyunca bu suçluluk duygusundan kurtulamaz. Ve besteciye şampiyon operası için ilham veren de işte bu trajik hikaye oldu.
The line that really gets me is like, you know, I killed the man and the world forgave me, but yet I love the man and the world wants to kill me. It's something that makes the whole story unfortunate in a way.
I killed a man and the world forgives me. I love a man.
Well, at the core of this story, to me, it's about two things. It's about redemption and forgiveness. And the forgiveness part is forgiving yourself.
Bu başyapıt 6 Grammy ödüllü caz trompetçisi Terence Blanchard tarafından yazıldı. Blanchard, çağdaş Amerikan müziğinin en büyük seslerinden biri. Kendisi ayrıca ikonik film yapımcısı Spike Lee'nin müziklerini de besteliyor.
In this piece, you're going to hear a lot of different things. You know, we call it opera and jazz because, you know, I'm using a lot of jazz elements. But we have calypso, we have sambas, you know, we have even some street beats, if you want to call it that. If I'm going to be a contemporary composer, then all of this is possible DNA for a composition. All of it, everything in our cultures from all around the world.
Opera, ağır siklet şampiyonunu flashbacklerle hayatının farklı evrelerinde gösteriyor ve bu da yaratıcı ekip için zorlu bir görev. Sahne yönetmeni ve set tasarımcısı bir araya geldiğinde yaratmak istedikleri dünyanın nasıl görünmesi gerektiğini tanımlamaları gerekiyor.
I think the thing that I find these days with new operas and composers who want to do opera, they're more influenced by film than they are by theater. So it's very rare to do a new opera that doesn't have 20 scenes at least.
Tasarımı hayata geçirmek için bir tür oyuncak bebek evine benzeyen model kutu kullanacaklar. Bu dekorun küçük bir versiyonu. Tasarımcının sahne ve ışıkla ilgili önemli kararlar almasına yardımcı olacak.
Honestly, the easiest part is figuring out what it's going to look like. With a thing like this, you've really got to start with the way it moves. Because the way a set moves can't be an encumbrance.
This isn't the type of opera where we bring down the curtain and then take it out when the next scene happens. It just keeps going. So we have to work out all of those transitions very, very carefully.
Emile Griffith, is that you?
Wants to know.
It's me, Mommy.
Dekorlar sahne ve marangoz atölyesinde inşa edildi. Metropolitan Opera'nın zanaatkarlardan oluşan bir ekibin marangozluktan kaynak ve boyamaya kadar her şeyi yaptığı devasa bir atölyesi var. Bu yapımda asıl dikkat çekici unsur bu elle boyanmış devasa gösteri perdesi.
And that's a big stage. We work big, we're versed in working big. You sort of need to have in mind that from a distance, color, value, texture, sheen, temperature, you need to crank all that up a certain amount.
Karakterlere görsel olarak hayat vermek. Bu kostüm tasarımcısı için önemli bir görev. Met'te 100'den fazla zanaatkar her sezon binlerce kostüm ve peruk üzerinde çalışıyor. Ödüllü kostüm tasarımcısı Montana Levi Blanco, hayal etmekten kumaşları seçmeye ve zanaatkarlarla çalışmaya kadar şampiyon için çalışmalarına ilk provalardan bir yıl önce başladı.
What you see here is, I guess some would call like our war wall. I think that there's over like 400 costumes, and so it's really helpful for us with these scenes with many, many people. It's really helpful for us to see everybody as a collective. So what's really beautiful about Champion is that it's a memory piece, right? And so we are thrown back into these very visceral, real, alive memories throughout Emile's life. So one of the first is a carnival in the Virgin Islands in the late 40s. The second is a 1950s cabaret drag bar called Hagen's Hole. And the third really interesting space is kind of this male-dominated, masculine gym space. So I think that that's what's really special about Champion is that it's an amalgam of all these worlds that you might not normally have access to, and Champion allows us to present that on the stage in a really beautiful and engaging way. The research that we are working from. One of the really special things about being at the Met is that they have relationships with kind of antique jeweler vendors, and so we're able to kind of use vintage stuff when in processes where you wouldn't probably normally be able to use vintage. So kind of like right now in the process, I think that we have our basic infrastructure, right? And then we gotta like put like the sprinkles and the frosting.
Bazı roller büyük fedakarlıklar gerektiriyor.
Good morning. I'm Speedo. I've been training for the Mets champion for about a year. Come watch me train.
Profesyonel boksörü canlandıran bas bariton Ryan Speedo Green, dövüş formuna girebilmek için 40 kilo verdi. Boks şampiyonunun çarpıcı hikayesi, metin repertuarını genişletme ve yeni izleyicilere ulaşma taahhüdünün bir parçası.
when you're doing a modern work, a new work, there's so much that goes into even unprecedented territory of how you're going to present it. Like, I mean, even I think about today, we have huge dance numbers in this piece, more so than probably any opera that the Met has done in a long time.
No way!
My entire career up to this point has been about breaking preconceptions. I come from a trailer park in Virginia, and the fact that I'm singing at one of the greatest opera houses in the world, it's a big deal. But now I think with this opera champion, I have the opportunity to break the preconceptions of opera goers, of opera fans, of what opera can be.
Ready, ready, ready.
Oh, ready, ready, ready, ready. Ready for the fight and ready for anything. Ready, ready, ready.
This is not just an opera. I mean, there's so much involved. There's dance. I mean, there's a parade on stage, stilt walkers. I mean, it's amazing to look at, it's amazing to listen to, and it's even more amazing to feel these kinds of stories. I'm hoping that the audience will say, you know what, this is beyond our wildest dreams.
I'm very proud to be able to have people experience something that will open their eyes to this art form, which will allow them to do more investigation and have more experiences themselves.
Musica'nın bir sonraki bölümü olan 2. roundda açılış gecesine kadar devam eden heyecan verici prova süreçlerini yakından takip edeceğiz.
Rolex Musica'yı sundu.